What's up guys, Aoki here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different because there are currently some not very nice things being said about me on the world's worst website, Reddit. And I figured I would take some time to address these lies and shine a little bit of light on the specific type of person that would ever make posts like these. Now, let's start at the beginning because yesterday I tweeted this, which is a screen cap of me saying, is it egotistical to think this is probably referencing me? And it's a screen cap of the official patch notes for Senna, where Riot is basically saying, hey, in case you haven't watched any Senna content creators lately, Black Cleaver is a really good item on her now. Now, honestly, I thought this tweet was pretty harmless. Whether you think Riot was shouting me out or not, it doesn't really even matter. I mean, as far as I know, I'm the only content creator that really has a focus on Senna as a champion, and I have like 15 videos in the past 2 weeks talking about how good Black Cleaver is on Senna. So yeah, whether it was about me or not, I thought this was a pretty harmless tweet, but Reddit seems to disagree. There's a thread posted on Senna main subreddit of the tweet, and the thread was titled, I'ma just drop this here because I love the dude. And it was made by Electrical Heat 8301, and I want to be very clear, Mr. Electrical Heat, none of what I'm about to talk about is directed at you. You are clearly a fan of me. You just thought it was a cheeky and funny tweet. Much love, bro. So yeah, the Senna mains community took this harmless tweet as an opportunity to remind everyone that they don't enjoy my content and create a gigantic hate thread on me. And I want to make it very clear before we get into the post, having a negative opinion of me is totally fine, but these Redditors go above and beyond and super far out of their way to just tell complete lies about me, which is not fine. Like this comment from Cam255E-Ron. He says, I love how he stole the build and is trying to take credit for it, putz. Now what he's referencing is the current Jack of all trades Black Cleaver build, which is picking up popularity. And yeah, I did make a video on it called There's a New AD Senna build, and it's 100% genius. And in that video, within the first 30 seconds, I talk at length about where I found the build, which is from a smaller creator by the name of Shodesu. So I shout him out in the video and even link to his channel in the description, which I am under no obligation to do. I just, wanted to help out a fellow creator. But back to the comment, why did he say that I stole the build and I'm trying to take credit for it? So I ask him, and man, how quickly he changes his tune. He says he made that comment in passing and he barely even thought about it before making the allegation that I'm a thief and that he could just delete it, no big deal. But you didn't, did you? Nope, you left it up until being directly confronted with being a liar. And then at the end of his response comment, Cam says he actually watches my content and thinks I'm a pretty skilled player. He thinks my off-meta content is the best. Wow, Cam, thank you so much, man. You went from calling me a thief and a putz to saying you're actually a fan and watch my content. That was a fast turnaround. It's almost like you're disingenuous and you just say whatever you think people want to hear. And I think you guys will find that that's a pretty big trend when it comes to Redditors. All right, so this Answer AI fella says in this big long story about how we had a negative interaction in solo queue. Now he says that I played bad and I cried in chat for 40 minutes straight. Obviously that isn't true. He just spent the entire game saying support gap, support gap, support gap. In fact, the very next game he's on the enemy team and I beat his ass. Well, he doesn't like that very much. So he says to get on Discord and we'll VOD review and see who actually played better. And I'm always down to VOD review and see who's objectively correct about the game. But once we get on Discord, it turns out he doesn't want to VOD review because of course he doesn't. He is a coward. Now I'm going to play a small clip and I just want to point out that this Answer AI guy says, and I quote, I am genuinely one of the worst human beings alive. Let's see the clip.
Yeah, we can
look over the whole game. You were always out of position the whole game.
Okay, let's go over it.
I'll pull it up because I'm already in game.
Oh, you're too busy to do VOD reviews that you're screaming about?
I mean, it's going to take like 5 seconds. I mean, because I'm going to be honest, bro. It was like the whole game. It looked like the whole game. It looked like you were giving top to somebody. That's how clueless you were. What the fuck was going on the map? The whole game.
It's a good one. What happened when we were on opposite teams?
Oh, what happened? What happened? I got shit up, bro.
Yes,
did you see the Poppy? She was fucking into you, you fucking retard. Kill yourself, you fucking retard.
It's another support gap, isn't it, bud? It's always the support, isn't it?
Something tells me this Answer AI guy isn't a very good judge of character. So here's one that's making a pretty serious allegation that I creep in girls' DMs. And this guy says, wait, what? I've never heard about Aoki doing this. What happened? And the original guy says, I'll come back later and send here stuff. Spoiler alert, guys, he didn't come back later and he will never come back later because that never happened. And it gets only funnier when you take a small glimpse into this guy's Reddit history and you see him commenting on posts like, I just need a small dick anime cute boy to cure all my mental illnesses. And he frequents subreddits such as Femcel Grippy Sock Jail. And he is alleging that I am the creepy one. Okay. But you know what, let's move on to the next one. Maybe they have a better point to make. This guy says, I wish Aoki would have been more vocal about the AD nerfs last patch, but he can't say anything negative or Riot will go after him. Now, this one is kind of insane because it essentially implies I'm like being blackmailed by Riot to only have positive opinions about the game and company, which, oh my God, if you're familiar with me at all, I am extremely vocal about what I think is good and bad about the game. In fact, just yesterday, I had a pretty high-level Rioter watching my live stream, and in front of hundreds of people and the Rioter himself, I was going on an absolute tirade about how bad the game is, how bad the matchmaking is, how bad the balance is, how bad moderation is. If you genuinely think that I am somehow influenced by Riot to only say nice things about League, you just don't know me. I'm a creator who wears his opinions and emotions on his sleeve. What you see is what you get with me, always. I don't censor myself pretty much at all. Like, to a fault. But again, this guy and many others like him don't know who I am. He doesn't watch the content. He's just saying lies so that other Reddit losers will agree with him. Okay, on to the next one. Aoki just plays on bronze Smurf accounts, can't even watch it. Okay, don't. But again, you're not correct here. In fact, I'm in the middle of an extremely educational master tier climb with Senna only, and we're already playing against diamonds after like 2 days. So yeah, again, just another lie. Here's the really funny one though. This collared boy alleges that I locked in Yuumi jungle in one of his low diamond games shortly after Briar came out because someone banned Briar and Aoki was being a little baby. We won and he posted it to his YouTube because he's a loser. Now, this one I find extremely funny because usually when Redditors make these types of comments about me like, oh, I played against him 3 years ago and he was super toxic and he AFK'd or he did this or he did that, it's basically just completely unsubstantiated, which would means that we just have to take his word for it. But this guy gave way too many details and he's actually referencing a game that actually made it onto YouTube. So with a very quick YouTube search, Aoki Yuumi jungle, he's talking about this game right here. Now, if you're familiar with me at all, you know, yeah, sometimes I play completely suboptimal picks for fun, but I always try to win. I don't grief, I don't soft int, literally nothing like that. So yeah, I locked Yuumi jungle. What our Redditor failed to mention was that it was actually our own team that banned Briar, which I was hovering. And that I actually did perform really well on my team. The enemy team was literally saying jungle gap, and I had the highest kill participation in the game as Yuumi jungle. I even out-damaged several people in the game. But the funniest part is that he claimed that I did it in his low diamond lobby. But as you can see here, it was actually my promotion game into platinum. I also checked the OPGGs of all my teammates, and this collared boy has to be one of those teammates, right? And hey, it turns out none of them were or have ever been diamond. So what do you mean I locked in Yuumi jungle in your diamond game? You don't have diamond games because you're not capable of hitting diamond. You can't even be honest about yourself. How do you think you're in a position to judge me? Now, most of the comments are just really lame hit and run comments like, oh, he clickbaits. Oh, he's egotistical. I don't like his content. And I want to make it very clear again, having those opinions is totally fine. Feeling the need to constantly express them is a little weird, but dude, I am not under the illusion that my personality and content is for everyone. Now, what these Redditor geeks don't seem to understand is that I don't make content for them. These insular little mosquito people that do nothing but chirp at someone who is just minding their own business and making content. I do it for you guys, and I am so extremely blessed to have a passionate community and audience that watches me. So in the midst of all this negativity, I just want to give a big shout out to you guys. Thank you for letting me be your content creator. It is not something that I take lightly, and I genuinely try to give you guys my absolute all every single day. This one isn't really a hate comment, it's just kind of funny. It says they're referencing Riot August, you know, in the patch notes. So they're saying the tweet that I made, they weren't actually referencing me as the Senate influencer, they were referencing Riot August. Ah yes, Riot August, the lead champion designer and creator of the Swarm game mode, most notable for being an influencer. Like, do you hear yourself? In what world does Riot refer to Riot August as an influencer? Very few streamers I find so utterly narcissistic and shit as Aoki. Clickbait titles into playing versus bronze, screaming he's the best. Again, feel free to have opinions on my personality all you want, but this part at the end, it kind of bothers me. I've made it very clear that my entire branding is greatest support alive. It's only 3 words. Please respect the branding. I've never said anything about being the best. Greatest support alive. Thank you. Now, here's where we get really spicy. Least obvious Aoki alt. So what this doofus is saying is that I actually made this entire thread because the thought of someone being a fan of mine, seeing the tweet and finding it mildly amusing is just incomprehensible to this guy. Both these guys are basically saying I go on an alternate account to, and I quote, talk shit to Redditors. So let me make it very clear, Reddit. I do not need to go on an alt account to talk shit to you. I have no problem telling you how it is under the Aoki name, just like I'm doing right now. It is kind of funny though, because for some reason my name is treated like poison on this site. Anytime in the past that I have called out disingenuous posts like this on my Aoki account, it gets immediately downvoted and buried. It's also super funny to imply that I don't have the type of fan that would defend me like this. Like, I don't know. These people have just never met my community, because with as many dedicated, passionate haters as I have some equally insanely passionate, dedicated fans. Like, just again, big shout out to you guys. So yeah, this guy's trying to say I'm pushing a false narrative, which is just super funny in a thread full of complete lies about me. And speaking of pushing a false narrative, here's another gem of a Reddit thread about me. Content creator Aoki has been fabricating videos. Now, I will save you guys some reading. Basically, this guy makes a big post on like 5 different subreddits alleging that my coaching videos are staged and that it's not actually coaching clients' gameplay that I'm reviewing, but my own gameplay, which I'm pretending is someone else's. Not only does this not make sense on any level, because even in the coaching session that he linked, I'm completely reaming into this terrible Senna gameplay and helping them improve. Like, that's the point of coaching. But yeah, the bronze Senna player that I'm coaching is making completely ridiculous noob mistakes, like trying to steal the Baron with Senna R. Like, it's very obviously not me piloting Senna. But even just on a conceptual level, why would I play Senna, then pretend to coach it instead of just pulling a random Senna's gameplay? Like, let's just ignore the fact that my coaching is actually a paid service and I have PayPal receipts that I could show you. The user that I'm coaching in that video that he handpicked is literally me coaching Jakeamal1961, who is a longtime viewer and big member of the community. Like, I don't know, am I also like getting onto my burner Twitch account and typing a million messages from this guy in my chat? Like, maybe I'm faking that too, guys. But yeah, let me make it very clear. It would literally be fraud for me to be faking a paid service like coaching. I never have. It wouldn't even be efficient or make sense to stage my gameplay, and dozens of members of my community who have been coached by me will, of course, back that statement up. It's really insane to me that threads like this are just completely based on lies and are allowed to stay up on Reddit, and you're encouraged to make them because it just gives all of these Redditors a chance to jump in and say, oh yeah, Aoki sucks, I also don't like him, and farm free upvotes off of negative mob mentality. Here's where it gets pretty funny because, of course, that entire thread is just full of people yapping, you know, blah, blah, blah. He has clickbait titles, blah, blah, blah. He's cringe. But then comes KneeBoring4685, who in the midst of all this Aoki hate, out of the kindness of his heart, offers an alternative to people who want Senna content, but don't want to have to deal with the big, bad, meanie head Aoki. He says that if you're looking for YouTube Senna content creator, just go watch Takire. I mean, that's not an unreasonable comment. I mean, it's not spewing hate or lies, so I guess he gets some bonus points there. Oh wait, turns out it was actually just this creator, Takire, jumping on the Aoki hate bandwagon to dishonestly plug himself on a Reddit burner account and make it look like someone else was recommending his content. These people are opportunistic, dishonest, and downright bad people. And now we've got one last comment. I hate his clickbait video titles, but I'd smash. Yeah, that's valid actually. At the end of the day, the point I'm trying to make is that Reddit and these other online league spaces are these awful, insular, hateful spaces that are not conducive to hearing and forming your own opinions. Reddit as a site encourages you to dogpile and spew misleading, downright mean things. Like, it's just lame. And I really hope this video was somewhat entertaining and possibly even eye-opening, because I get it. It's the internet. It's an extremely negative place. And when you're straight up rewarded for participating in the negativity, it can just be an easy source of dopamine. And it's easy to feel like you belong if you also hate on the thing that other people hate on. But I really encourage anyone who participates in this type of stuff to just do better, or to at least hate me on more valid points. Like, you don't have to make up stuff to hate about me. Again, it's totally valid to not like me or to say that you don't like my titles or even enjoy my content. That's not what this was about, but it's these little half-truths and outright lies that really bother me, and they just suck. It's just kind of shameful that these witch hunts and hate threads are allowed to thrive. But at the end of the day, I get to take a little bit of solace in the fact that I get to continue living my dream as a content creator with an extremely passionate community that supports me and allows me to do so. And they have to live the rest of their lives telling lies about me on the internet for imaginary points. Their life sucks, my life rocks. Take it easy, boys. Peace out.